back. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
No, hi.
Hi.
Get over here.
Hi. Yeah. Yeah.
Get over here.
Hi.
Now that we all said hi,
I need to shave.
I don't know where that came from, but okay. We're going to start chapter 15 today.
Oh, this was me yesterday.
Anyway, chapter 15. What I see, what I choose. That's the title of chapter 15. Now, like I said, we just got through the Arab Spring with her. She almost didn't make it through. Had a very intense moment. The internet's got back all together. The coup, I think, was a successful coup. They have the government they have now is still the one they fought for. So it seems to be a bit better over there, but still, the process of doing what they had to do was very intense. It was very there was a lot going on there. But we're getting the process of getting more intense with our online video chats with each other and getting more intimate with each other, more private conversations, more bringing out more of our histories and stuff. So it kind of gave me an impression that she was ready to move on. So I went about the process of getting an attorney, because I never done a overseas relationship before. This is the first time I've ever done something like this, and it was new to me. So I want to make sure I get it right.
But you don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, because because there's a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff to get a hold of. You had to come up with if you were married, you had to have your divorce decrees. You had to save all your chats. She had to do a biometric, a health check, a police report. I had to prove authenticity of a relationship, so eventually I'm going to have to go over there and do the meet and greet with her, meet the family, and take 30 some odd pictures to prove their relationship, have an engagement party. All phone chats had to be, all Yahoo mails had to be saved and documented. Birth certificates, my proof of citizenship in the United States, my Social Security, driver's license. She had a passport. They had to have a passport. She had to have a passport. And yeah, before it was all said and done, the paperwork, the book we sent in was about that thick. Yeah.
It's a lot of paper.
It's a lot of. It's a process. It's a process, but if you two people care about each other, you'll be willing to go through that process. And we care, and I was trying to fall in love with her. I thought she was falling in love with me. Of course, we'll find out later. We found out later on shit happens, and then we have to move on. But in the meantime, we're madly in love with each other, because that's how I felt, and that's that's how I figured she felt. We both shared a lot of moments together, and of course I'm still writing poetry about her. And this next poem is me. I had to have the like I said, it's an overseas thing, and so I figure I'd write a poem about me becoming a giant. Then I'd walk across the ocean, and I'd find the building she's in. I'd lift off the roof. I'd pick her up and whisk her away to an island and revert back to normal, even size. And we live on the island for the rest of our lives together. That was the drawback of this poem I got. The poem I come up with. But that's how much I wanted to be with her. I wanted to just expand myself to an enormous size and be able to walk across the ocean to pick her up and carry her off to an undying love. Whisked away to an undying love. That's how this poem came to be born. Was my want to be with her, because if you've never done a long distance relationship, it is complicated. It is tough. It is tough. And you have to have an immense amount of patience to be able to do stuff like that. If you don't have the patience or the finances or the time, and you don't want to make the effort, then don't do it. It's not for you. Okay? Because it takes a lot of trust as well. It takes a lot of work to do this. And so this is what I came up with Whisked Away to an Undying Love. What is this beautiful creature I see on the screen? Her dark eyes that seem to pull me into her realm. Her lips that beg to be kissed so gently. Her long wavy hair like a forest to become lost in. Her soft round hills and her sensual cave. Her gentle arms and slender legs to wrap themselves around you. This creature is so lovely, I have fallen in love with her. Need to find a way to go to her and take her away. But how to get to her? I walk out onto my front porch, looking up at the moon. It is dark outside, the stars shining bright. I say a prayer that's prayed, very bold. At the end of my prayer, a mysterious dust upon me. I feel myself getting stronger and growing in size. Everything around me now becomes very small. I can almost see the beautiful creature in the distance. But it is my growth enough to wade through the water to get to her. Only one way to know. I walked forward till I reached the shoreline. I hesitate briefly as I step into the depths. The water at its deepest, at my chest. The beauty I see, now closer she becomes. Reaching land on the other side, I seem unnoticed. For like a phantom in the mist, I walk quietly and soundless. I find this creature I come to love so greatly. She is sleeping in her bed like a goddess in the clouds. I will take her. The building therein, I remove the top gingerly. The maiden awakes, sees me but makes no sound. My hand reaches out to her. She lovingly crawls in. Lifting her up, I put her to my chest, protecting her. I return the top building, as it were, was found. I look upon her with a love so great. I want to give her a kiss, but at the moment I can't. I make my way back into the waters from which I came. A hideaway must find. Cupped in my hand, held against my chest, she is kept warm, the cold air not reaching her. Coming across an island, no inhabitants, but an abundance of nourishment. I set her down gently as she looks up at me. Her eyes follow mine as I ascend back down. Now I can kiss her, luscious lips embracing passionately. Hand in hand we now disappear into the island we now live. For here an eternity of love we will have. This is our bond for life. Whisked away to an undying love. Oh boy, wouldn't that be interesting? And we could just make ourselves giants and go across the oceans and pick up our love interest and bring them back. That would be interesting, would it not? But that's not possible. That's only a fantasy. A dream. A poem, you might as well. Anyway, like I said, our courtship would would grow tighter, stronger. Then I would get a hold of an attorney because I didn't want to have any red flags fly up. Probably also had to get a co-signer. My mother and stepdad would eventually co-sign for us for the financial push to get her over here. And eventually, we would get closer to getting closer to our journey together. But there's still a few more things to do. We got ourselves a plane ticket, or started to get myself a plane ticket, but I had to get her out of Egypt first. And so we had to figure out a way. She had her passport had expired, and we was talking to her, trying to get her to find a way to get a plane ticket back home. And in the meantime, I made a plea to her. That's the title of this next poem, The Plea. For you, my love, I love you, the plea. Love, where has it gone? Why has it abandoned me? Does love not want me? Or am I not deserving of it? Why is it so hard to find? Does love hate me that much? Is it something I did? Where is my love? Why does it not want me? Is my heart not pure enough for love? Is my soul not worthy? Why has love forsaken me? For years I have searched and love is not there. Does it even exist for me? Is love for me? Search for love is not there, no. A dead bloom. My heart aches to find this elusive love. I wonder if I will ever find it and relish in it. My heart aches to share a warmth and embrace with a special someone, but still love avoids me. Why? I need love. I crave it. Is anyone out there willing to give? My love, I have read your plea, and I am here, my angel. Love has not forgotten you, my dove. My heart will comfort yours and hold it close. My love for you will be undying, my dove, for you are so deserving. Love has found you, baby, and it will never leave you or forsake you, my angel. You will never have to cry again, wondering love has gone and why it seems to have left you and become distant to you. For I will love you unconditionally. My love, wipe away your tears, my angel. Love is here, and it's here just for you, and for you only. Love will never again leave your side. This is my oath to you. I so solemnly swear. Love is here to stay. And I wrote that to her because she was getting kind of nervous, and she wasn't sure if our love was strong enough to withstand the conflict that was going on with her getting back home. So she wanted to make sure I wasn't going to give up on her. And that was my poem to her, to let her know I'm not giving up on you. We will find a way to get you back to home. So we make our plans to do the meet and greet and go see each other. So there was that. And in the meantime, there was a lot of the political strife was just getting worse. It was getting awful, and it was getting ugly. There was a lot of things going on in the political world, in the political forum. Sit down, low. And it was getting to the point of just being flat out ridiculous. And it's gotten worse since then. We had a we had,
For this.
uh, it was just getting to the point of just being
Okay.
flat out, you know,
Mm-hmm.
bad. And there was a lot of arguing and fussing, and there's a lot of wars going on. For the past 20 years, there's been nothing but conflict everywhere. And everybody just wants to fight each other. That just makes no cotton picking sense. Of course, when you got 7.5 to 8 billion people on the planet, you're kind of getting overcrowded, you know. And so we're trying to maintain a courtship overseas like this while the world is going into conflict. And so I wrote a poem called "What's the Problem?" And the poem itself is basically saying, why are we fighting? Why are we being so ugly to each other? Why are we being so mad at each other? Why are we being this? Why are we being that? What is going on with everybody? What's the problem? You know? And it's the question I asked in this poem. So I'm going to read this poem to you, and I'll maybe get one more poem in before I wrap this one up. Because, like I said, we've only got 5 episodes. This is 5. Then 4, 3, 2, and then 1, and then an epilogue. So we're getting closer. So, but I hope everybody's enjoyed the story through poetry. Like I said, it's been an interesting ride. Been an interesting storyline. Of course, there's nothing major, nothing big going on. There's no big dramatic showdown or anything. It's just a person's life through poetry, and that's how I wrote my poetry. I wrote my poetry based on what I was going through, what I'm doing, and how I feel, and what's going on with my life at the point in time. And this is one of them. Political turmoil was going on, and it's still going on today. It still hasn't changed. We've had a few spouts of peace, but not very far in between. But as we're continuing our courtship, like I said, I'm trying to get it together and find a way to get back home. We continue to have our video chats and our time, our special moments, spend our special moments together. The boys kept going back and forth with their moms through the summer, so I'd had an extensive amount of time to spend with her instead of sitting here bored and doing nothing. I had someone to talk to for a change. Because before I started courting her, when the boys went to mom's for the summer, I had no one to talk to, basically. I had some people over the apartment complex I would chit-chat with, but most of the time it was me sitting in the house trying to find something to do with myself. But when I started courting her, it gave me something to do with myself. And so I started, putting money back, trying to find a way to get plane tickets and get this and get that. Check that real quick. Don't let it do that.
I think it fixed itself.
But anyway. What was I at? Oh, I got me a job. Started working. When I was unemployed and I was going to college, trying to get a college degree. I've got my college degree. I got an associate's degree, finally. And then, and of course, I got me some transportation. I had transportation, but I needed to increase my transportation. I like my car though. I had a little Firebird. If something bad happened to that, you'll find out now here directly. But anyway, there's the world's in chaos at the moment in time. Of course, when's the world not in chaos? But this was my take on the chaos that was going on in the world. What's the problem? That's the name of the poem. Yeah, you need to fix that. Wash machine's acting up, so he's going to fix it.
Why are you dumb?
So he's going to fix the wash machine while I read this poem here. a voice of reason, a voice to be heard, a voice to say that enough is enough. Is it really important to pepper spray someone in the face just because they won't move? Is it that important to shoot and kill someone just because they accuse you of breaking your promise? Is it so wrong for people to want freedom and democracy? Is it that important to behead someone just because they believe differently than you? Is it so important to rape and beat a woman just because you are stronger than they are? Then afterward, cut off their nipples and kill them, as if you didn't do enough to pain them to begin with. Rule with an iron hand, right? Look back through history. All those who have tried to rule with an iron hand have failed, and they have failed miserably. But this is what God wants. This is what Allah wants. This is what Muhammad wants, Buddha, or any other higher power. Not from what I've read. This is not what they want. This is not what they tell you to do. We all point in one direction, to the heavens. And what I've learned, the higher power we each believe in, for we are all different. They preach peace and tranquility, not murder and pillage. This, what's going on in our world, is not what they've envisioned. They are angry with what's going on. They are not pleased. They are very unhappy with us. But this is what you, the politicians, government officials, military rulers, dictators, any of you in authority, this is what you believe is right. To bully your own people or to think you know what is right by us when you don't even know us anymore or understand us. The people will always speak, either here in the U.S., in Egypt, the Philippines, Libya, Syria, or Europe, notably Greece, everywhere. We will always be there to voice our opinion. What are you going to do? Arrest us all? Kill us all? Make us all slaves to your will? Beat us in the head till we can't stand anymore? What are you going to do when we, the entire world of reason, refuses to move and bend to your authority? You won't have anyone to run your offices. You won't have anyone to make you money. You won't have anyone to do your bidding to advance your power. I guess then you will have to do it yourself, huh? So go ahead and make us all martyrs. Put us all in your prisons. But know this, you know us more, you need us more than we need you. So I ask you, what's the problem? Why don't you just try and listen to your people for a change and stop worrying about how much power you think you have? Well, that power is temporary, and you will lose it. You want to win support and have peace within your respective countries, try listening for just a few minutes. You might actually hear what's being said. You might understand why are so many angry and displeased. You might just come up with a plan to resolve things in a more appropriate manner. Get rid of the iron bar. Open up your ears and listen. To all my friends out there, to all my family, spread the word. Share with as many as you are able. At least in here, we won't be met with a baton upside our heads, or pepper spray in our eyes, or even a bullet to the chest. At least here we can be heard. The higher power we all worship will hear our cries. He will stand beside us. He will not let us down. If we die for what we believe in, then streets of gold await us, while the ones that punish us for what we believe in, for speaking out against oppression, will be looking up from the fiery pits of hell. So, that was that. And with that, we will end this episode. I think we have one more episode for this chapter. Yes. One more chapter from this chapter. And then we will have chapter 16 soon. Maybe one more episode. Maybe two. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, as our relationship continues to grow and the world continues to go into chaos, we're keeping our love, our courtship strong. You'll find out how it ends here directly. And then you'll find out what happens in the end. But in the meantime, keep your imagination wandering. Alright. We'll see you next time, guys. My friends.
Wow.
My sidekick and me.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, we're fixing to eat dinner. Lunch. Y'all take care.
Take care.